President Tinubu have kept to his campaign promises. Throughout the campaign, he consistently maintained that he will continue from where Buhari stopped. And that is done very well. I would say excellent. I'll give him excellent pass mark. And it's very simple. It's chance. Dollar was 460, is now 1,005. Fuel was 238, is now about 700. Diesel was 844, is now 1,415. A bag of rice is 35,000, is now about 80. A bag of beans was similar, 35, is now about 90. Gari was 27.28, is now 49.50.
Baba, you know if you just sleep on your own one day, wake up, see say the masses of this country, they suffer. For the example, are they for the area where they produce Gari now? If you see Gari, I buy 300. Gari, I buy 300. See Gari. See Gari. Is they like dog fowl egg?
This is about when I see so now 300 naira.
This is about 300.
300 naira. Tinubu, where did they do so?
300 about.
You know, just sleep, just wake up.
On your own. On your own. Talk through. How many?
300 naira for this small eba. See how many
where you fit chop baby for you?
I don't understand. Person go carry 4,000 naira enter market. You don't go fit buy food.
Now where they produce about 300 about this so. Can't talk of if you go VI.
I don't understand.
All those baby men area where you they stay. I think say the Gari go be for 300.
300 for this small eba. You say see yourself.
300. You see how the person do am. Just because of say Gari too cost, me do am.
One pint of Gari now 4,000 naira now.
See,
4,000 naira for one pint.
You don't pour water full.
Baba, what they do for that shit?
You don't pour water full. You don't pour water full and see how it be. You know
they say we suffer.
They about 300.
You know this say we suffer.
You don't try.
What you do for that shit? You just dead there, sit down, doing nothing. You come back say we don't get president.
You don't try. We where they happy say if you enter, you go change things.
Hey, I like
come worse town.
Man, I hear me. Igbo people. Man, I go relax. You know, I don't talk say I won't join this protest. We like this, we dey ready. Especially me. Like this, I dey ready. No be say na whiny. I dey ready. Una say me finish. I don't dey finish. Like this, no man no get joy. I dey ready. This protest we go run am.
You don't try.
This month, July 29, we go run this protest.
You don't try.
This country, you must do well. You must do well.
The protest.
This government go end up. This your government. We go end up. This your bad character. We go end up.
I'm sure it's been a while you guys saw me on screen.
Did you miss this face? Of course, it's been quite a while. I hit the screen. In fact, I needed to take a break to recalibrate, and then try to see how best I could, in fact, serve you guys better. And of course, I can't even keep quiet with what is going on in the country. At a point, I asked myself whether the niche I was offering you guys indeed the right niche, because at a point I became a bit daunted in a way, because I felt that a very good friend of mine, I have told you that, which of course used to really follow my videos very, very well. It was always there supporting, trying to do everything to, give me his full support. And at the point, he wasn't really watching and of course I was worried, because this was one of my ardent and fans, who has been really supporting me. And then one is there that he needed to, and keep his mental health in check, because everything that was coming out from Nigeria was indeed disheartening, was heartbreaking for him. And then I'm looking at where the citizens, all of a sudden people were even in the middle class found themselves living below the poverty line, and those that were living below the poverty line, living on $1 a day, couldn't even afford to live below poverty line. I don't think if there's any level lower than living below poverty line. Almost everything that comes out of my country, Nigeria, seemed to be a sad story. Story of hunger, poverty, story of where people could barely eke out, a means of livelihood. It's been a sad experience. And then you open the tabloids, it's suicide here and there. How people are begging. Even I walk on the street and I see the number of people who stop me begging me for food, trying to say, oh, they haven't really had anything please, I haven't eaten for today. I mean, it's heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching, to say the very least.
Hungry day, we must protest. 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 Hungry day.
So I just said, okay, perhaps I could recalibrate and then see how best I could serve you guys, and then but of course I can't keep quiet. I can't really keep quiet anymore. The situation is really out of hand. The inflation rate in this country it's even almost like 40%, if not more. Because you go out, everyday things, just the price of things just keep going up, it never comes down. I mean you go like today and you think, it can never be this much, and then boom, the next day it's gone up, and then you begin to wonder, when will it ever stop? So I was on space. As a matter of fact, those who follow me will notice that I have somehow diversified into space hosting on X. And I had one of these topics to talk about then. I think that was yesterday, with some of my experiential, speakers who came on to talk about the much talk about protest that is being planned for 1st August. And we deliberated a whole lot of stuff on the space that yesterday. And then, like I said, I don't want to keep quiet. I have probably taken enough leave of absence. So I think it's time I came up now. I mean, fully ready to, at least continue to grace your digital space with my content. So today I'm looking at the hunger protest in Nigeria, and I hope you guys will enjoy this video, because I just want you guys to relax, enjoy the video. Okay, there's this altercation between Atiku Abubakar with the United Nations concerning the planned hunger protest by Nigerians that is slated for 1st August 2024. And then Atiku had gone to the president and said, "Okay, President, please allow Nigerians to exercise their constitutional right to peaceful protests." That's the buzzword, peaceful protests, which of course angered the president. I said, "What do you mean?" President said, "Peaceful protests? How dare you? There is no protest from these lazy Nigerian youths that can ever be peaceful. Have you forgotten what happened during the NSAS protest in 2020? When 30 brand new buses of my BRT buses that I bought was burnt down, and they even burned down my television station, burned down half of Lagos, and you say that I should allow them to have peace and peaceful protest." So I think it was like to the president, yes, allow Nigerians to have peaceful protests. After all, you led a protest in 2012. You, Pastor Adoboye, Professor Olosho Inka, Femi Falana, and the likes, you pulled down the old Lagos. Atiku was talking to the president.
They were the one that I relied on in the last 40 years of my musical career. Hey, Nigerian people. It is not about subsidy. There can be no transformation without sacrifice. They are now willing to sacrifice anything for this nation.
Look at our road. When God created the heaven and earth, he said, let there be light. Is there light in Nigeria?
You organize protests with your people and your brainwashed followers to chase away the former president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. And then you brought in General Buhari, who only knew one thing, just to care for cows. Just because you wanted General Buhari to be the president and then later pave the way for you. Brought him to become the president of over 200 million Nigerians, someone that knew just one thing, to care for cows. And his 30 cows that did not even increase in number, neither did it increase in value. So you have to clean up your mess. Clean up your mess. Your United Nations, your lame dog United Nations will not help you. After this fight, after Atiku called the UN a lame dog, the UN was like, what did you just call us? A lame dog? So don't you know, I thought you wanted to be the president of this country. Don't you know what is called safety and security of your people? You and your group, do you plan to hijack the protest? Because if the protest is allowed to happen, it could become, violent and escalate into civil unrest. After all, the scars of the NSAS that still very much, there, it has not completely healed. And you are going about talking about protests. And then Bayo Onanuga came on in the defense of the United Nations and said that I know you, you and your former vice presidential candidates, which contested in the last election for Labour as the presidential flag bearer for Labour, your vice presidential candidate in the 2019 election, we know what you're planning to do. You know what you're planning to do to create this tension and then turn the country into ungovernable country. Of course, you know what that means. It means you want to topple the government. You want to remove Tinubu with a civil coup, and then you know what they do to coup plotters. I think this fight is not going to end today, and I know a lot of people are saying that the strike should not hold, and that nothing good will come out of the strike, and the strike is like in a war, no victor, no vanquished. That's what they say. So that means in a war, everybody is a victim. Everybody is a casualty. So you cannot completely say that the strike is going to birth any positive outcome, is going to bring any positive outcome. But I always say that because of the peculiarity of the government that we have, government that seems to be recalcitrant in a way, very stubborn and obstinate. They don't listen. The government does not listen in a way, and then the only language the government would usually listen to, it's when there's a protest, to drum home. I was like, strike is not the I say strike and demonstrations and protests and unrests. It's not the solution, and that at the end of the day, they'll still come down to the resolution table to talk about the things. But all along, I always ask, before the demonstration, before the protest, is it that they always hide the negotiating or resolution table where you table or issues? Where is it that the people don't make attempt to come to that table? And was the table even made available for them to even come to the table? How come suddenly after demonstration, after protest, the table will magically appear for people to come and start negotiating? Because that's exactly what happened during the NSAS. You saw what happened during the NSAS. But shortly after the protest, and what transpired during that protest, the negotiating table, the solution table magically appeared. So the question is, why would you always allow things to get out of hand? Why would you always push people to the point where they say enough is enough? Like I said, it is what it is, because you push people to the wall. They're hungry. They say a hungry man is an angry man. That's what they say. So they are hungry and they are angry, and they feel that the best way to express their anger is demonstration. So that's that. So we're going to end this today. Thank you for always finding the time to watch my video. If you like the content of this video, please do give us a thumbs up. Strike on that notification bell so that you get to be notified whenever I upload a content like this. Leave your comments down below, and of course, do not forget to always subscribe to my channel. And also, thank you for giving me your time. I am going to come your way very, very soon. Peace out, as always.